What's up, y'all? It's G about to react to this impressive video. It's titled Jess Hilarious Condemns Nick and Olandria's Relationship on Love Island. Jesus Christ. Did Cardi B flop? And Chloe Bailey. Of course. Of course she's working in Chloe Bailey. Let's see what's happening. Let's watch.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impress.
And speaking of Love Island, I have reacted to some episodes over on my Patreon, and I will be reacting to the reunion. It is next week, I believe. So we'll be reacting to that, giving more of my thoughts on Love Island on Patreon.
Channel. The comedian and radio host Jess Hilarious does not seem to be too fond of Nick Olandria from Love Island. She made a cynical comment about their relationship, and a lot of people didn't like it. I didn't agree with what she said either, but I do kind of understand why she said what she said, and I'm going to kind of explain in a minute. But just to give a backstory, Nick and Olandria met on season 7 of Love Island US, and initially they were linked up with other people. Nick had a connection with Sierra, and Olandria had a connection with Taylor. Because
this is so laughable. I'm sure she's going to read it, but I want to read it first. This is so laughable that everybody's going along with this phony shit. Oh. This girl will one day be with the real love of her life. Someone who actually looks into her fucking eyes when she's acknowledging him the way she does here. Oh. Hopefully she plays the clip. Someone that's going to speak about her the way she's speaking about Nick's ass. This is all for the show. Damn, it's a lot of vitriol there, but okay.
They had their own connections. They really didn't pursue each other outright, but Nick would always pursue Olandria during the challenges. He said he was attracted to her. He would drop hints that he was kind of into her, but he didn't know if Olandria was into him, and Olandria didn't know if he was into her. She just didn't read the signs. But he had his own connection, and Olandria had her connection, and she wasn't leaving Taylor, but Taylor unfortunately left her for Clark. So Olandria was vulnerable. She didn't have a connection, but what ended up happening is Nick's connection, Sierra, actually was kicked off the show because she made insensitive remarks about Asian people. So Nick had no connection, and the producers were like, well, Nick and Olandria, y'all need to get together because clearly there's something there, and the whole world sees it too. So y'all need to get together. And so
that's crazy. The fact that production even tried to push them together, I think should say a lot. I think that should be a clue. One of the many clues for people, but
that's what happened, and they've been inseparable ever since. And just recently, Olandria was praising Nick on Watch What Happens Live, and this is what she said.
I'm so happy that I was blessed with this guy who allows me to bask in my femininity, you know what I mean? Allows me to be soft. You know what? He takes the wheel. Usually I'm a control freak.
I saw somebody comment on this brand trip that they were on, because I guess some other people were like, oh, look, they on vacation together, period, vacation. People was like, this is Nick's brand trip. He just like brought her along, and they've been, doing all this PR and like taking pictures and videos and posting, it all online. Like, it's all for show. But I thought that was interesting that that's the case, that this was like a brand trip or whatever. That's what they said. I don't know if that's right or not, but people was upvoting their comments, so I guess it is right.
I love to do everything, I
mean, I don't mean that actually. I don't know.
I said I want to go to Europe. We was in Europe. I want to be a model. I was in 2 shoots. You know what I mean? Like,
and even the way she said that, please clarify, because if this was a brand trip or like business, and she's like, oh, I want to go to Europe, so we went to Europe, it kind of makes it seem like they just decided to go together, like it was strictly a vacation, the way that she's saying it. But if the reality is it was business, then that's kind of dishonest for her to word it like that. I don't know. Because it's making it seem like I want to go to Europe, and he took me to Europe, because that's my man. Like,
Europe. We was in Europe. I want to be a model. I was in 2 shoots. You know what I mean? Like, the support that I have from this guy is unreal. So it allows me to be the soft woman that I've always wanted to be.
I thought this was very sweet, and the Shade Room posted this on their page, and Just Hilarious left a comment that had a lot of Nick Olandria fans a little upset. She said this is so laughable that everybody is all upset with her comment, but you know what? Even though I felt like it was negative, I do understand why she said what she said, because There is this idea that a lot of these couples on these reality shows are faking it. And unfortunately, after seeing what happened to the Love Island couples, Janae and Kenny,
and Caleb and Justine, I just finished that season. Well, I didn't get all the way to the end, but I watched a lot of that season of Love Island. And Zeta and Timmy. It happened with them as well. It was like a couple other times, especially the Love Island UK one is terrible too. They treat black women terribly. I can't keep watching that one. Like, especially the darker skinned black women, like, that show real weird. Anyway, so this is a very common theme. So a lot of people are keeping that in mind as well, how these non-black men and even sometimes black men are kind of riding on the backs of black women, especially dark-skinned black women, in order to gain favor from the audience and in order to get to the finale. I already talked about this in more detail on the video where Impressive talked about them. But yeah, so I think that also adds to people's skepticism, along with many other clues, like I said, for why people think that their union is fake.
And Whitney and Locken.
See, I don't even know these fucking people. There's more, apparently.
People are going to grow more skeptical.
I just said that.
They're particularly skeptical of black women being in interracial relationships on these dating shows because they don't know if these women are being used or not. Because when you look at...
Because they have been used. They've been getting used a lot. So I really hate the rebuttal that, the only reason why y'all saying this is because you think that a dark-skinned woman can't get with a white man. First off, the way you even saying that sounds weird on your part. Because you making it seem like to get a white man is the best prize and y'all don't want her to have the best prize. It's like, I don't even look at Nick as a fucking prize. Let's be clear. He looks very goofy to me. I don't think he's that attractive. He looks like a funny looking... he's just not cute. I think she's way out of his league. Let's be fucking clear. She's fire. So you can't even use that also as well. I feel like most people agree that she's like one of the best looking women, period, who's been on Love Island. So your argument of, you just think that she can't get a man like it, it's like she can get anybody she wants, apparently. I mean, not fucking Taylor. But I even talked about this on Patreon. I said that I think Taylor wasn't fucking with her because she's dark skinned. I made that argument over there. My patrons, y'all heard me. I talked about that because I'm like, it don't even make sense because she's undeniably gorgeous. So I went into more detail about why I think that about him over there, and he's from the South anyway. So, in that case, I think there may have been something going on there with her being a dark-skinned black woman. But in this case, for y'all to use that and be like, it's because she's dark-skinned, y'all don't want her to have love. Use your brain. It's way more about the clues, okay, that I feel like people are saying this. Maybe there are some stupid people and some racist or colorist people who think that, but I feel like the majority, if you look at their responses and why they're saying that this is fake, it has everything to do with everything else, okay, about what happened on the show, how they treated each other on the show, how they both admitted on the show that, we don't even like each other like that. If we kiss, this feels weird. And then production keep trying to force them together after they both had no other options in the house. And it just feels forced. So there are many reasons why I feel like people don't feel like this is genuine. And then you think about with Love Island, how people use this show for clout and to get money, and they stay coupled up for that reason. There's been a lot of proof of other couples doing that as well. So that's what it is about for most people who have critical thinking skills and you are using their brains. So for people to keep screaming, it's because she's dark skin, use your brain for once. And yes, that is the case sometimes in some situations, but you can't scream that for every fucking situation every time there's a dark-skinned woman involved. Like, that is so dumb. Y'all so dumb.
Kenny and Janae's situation.
And again, she's way out of his league. At least use that if he was a fine white man. He's not even. He's so scrawny and funny looking. He is so funny looking. What are y'all talking about? I think Kenny even looked better than him.
He used Janae. For a whole year, he had Janae believing that he wanted her, but come to find...
he whatever too. Anyway, so these women are like way out of their league. So I just feel like that argument is also weird because it's like, You trying to make it seem like they the prize or something. You just can't think. You think that a dark-skinned black woman can't get a non-black man that's this fine, non-black guy. Like, that's what you call a non-black god. They got the prize. There ain't no fucking prize. Nick is not nobody's prize. Kenny wasn't nobody's prize either. So what are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
If anything, people are probably trying to save them and warn them so that they don't have the fate of getting used. Like some of these other dark-skinned black women who've been on the show and getting used by these dishonest demons.
This man was texting his friends and saying racial slurs about her and also saying that
we know, girl.
He's only with her for business opportunities. He's not really into black girls. I mean, what he did was diabolical. And also what happened with Whitney and Locken. Whitney exposed Locken and his mother for making racial comments about her too.
I didn't see all the
She said that he made a comment about her skin being dirty in jest, I guess, and he would be pocket watching her. He would also belittle her appearance. So it was kind of obvious that he wasn't attracted to her, but it seemed like he was really with her for the business opportunities as well.
On the show.
And unfortunately, this happens a lot on these reality shows. A lot of people get into these fake relationships just to use a person so that they could get the brand deals and the following and the opportunities and the money. This happens a lot, and this is probably why Jess said what she said about Nick and Olandria's relationship. She doesn't believe that Nick...
Also, I think that argument is flawed. That, it's because she a dark-skinned black woman. Because, no, if that was the case, people will also be talking shit about Shelly and Ace. You don't hear anybody saying that's fake. What are you talking about? Or there have been Sierra or Serena and Cordell. Nobody's saying that's fake. Like, what are y'all talking about?
It's truly...
But of course, when it comes to a non-black man, because you think that they're the prize, that's why you being weird and saying this weird shit. Because it's like, with these other dark-skinned black women, nobody, I don't see any, I'm sure there are some, obviously, but I haven't seen anybody talk about them and say their relationships are fake. But they said that a lot with them, again, for these other reasons. So you got to use your brain a little bit, and think outside the box and think, wait, people ain't saying this about these other people. Why are they saying it about these two?
To Olandria. Now, I will say this. I do think Nick is very aware of Olandria's popularity.
Of course, he is. They came out the villa. Actually, before they even left the villa, when they were in the damn villa, they were getting like the little notes and shit from everybody. And even when their family came, they was telling them like, oh, people love y'all together. Oh, y'all going viral outside. Y'all about to blow up. Like, people came and doing all that. They like, oh, okay, this is beneficial. Like, let's get closer. Let's start kissing now. So that's what it gave. That's just what it gave. All right. So now that they're out, I feel like the things that I have seen has been forced on me. I have not even looked at these things, but things that have been forced on me on my For You page and shit is their relationship, and it feels and looks a bit performative to me, okay? And they are getting to the bag though, so I'm not mad at it. Do you get to the bag? Y'all came from a fake ass show. Reality TV is fake, okay? We all know that. It's fake. I mean, there are some real aspects, but all shit is smoke and mirrors. So if y'all want to benefit, come out and benefit. Who am I to be like, oh no, y'all shouldn't be doing that? Get to the bag. Milk these gullible ass niggas who think y'all shit is real. Milk it to the last penny. She got like a fucking lip gloss, bruh, that's coming out. Is it MAC? It's like a lip gloss or some lip product, and they have made him a part of it somehow, which is weird. What the fuck he know about lip gloss or any lip product? But yeah, it's like they are, when I say they get into the bag, so it's like also use your brain and understand that this is all a business and they are getting huge benefits from staying there together. If they get online right now and say, oh yeah, we're not actually together, we broke up or whatever, you know how far down their stock would go? Their social media stock, and as far as people being interested in them and the brand deals and shit they getting, you know how far down that would go? I think she would still be cool. His stock will go to zero. She's still gonna be fine to a certain degree because she's so gorgeous and because she is the woman. I feel like people kind of lean more towards the woman and like supporting them, especially when they're pretty. I think of a DK4L. Look what happened. They split up, and look, people still want to follow her because they're like, oh, she's so pretty, so I think she will still be okay. But let's be clear, her stock right now is still very high while she's in this relationship, and she knows that.
and he sees the benefit of being in a relationship with her. She, along with Shelly, were the it girls.
Look at all this shit they doing. Oh, they so fire. And they ain't fucking on runways and shit. I don't know if this is, but it's giving fashion. It's giving fashion. Yeah, and this is some type of like premiere or something. I don't know, but they are getting many opportunities
Of Love Island. So he knows that being next to her does give him some points. But also, I do think Nick is genuinely into Olandria. He was attracted to her from the beginning.
When I walked in, like, you were one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen.
She looks like a Barbie doll. Like, duh. But does that mean, just because he finds her attractive, does that mean, whatever.
And from the way Olandria talks about him and how he goes above and beyond to cater to her and do things for her and taking the lead, I mean, he's displaying a lot of green flags so far. So I don't know if it's fair to really put him in that whole Kenny and Locking category. I don't think it's fair, but I do understand why some people might be a bit skeptical. But from what I hear about their relationship so far, I could say I'm pretty optimistic about Nick Olandria.
Okay. Most romantic thing Nick has done for you since leaving the show?
It is so insane how much I just spoke over my life in the past few years and how everything is coming to fruition now. Wow. So like I always said, like, oh, I wanted to go to Disneyland and all these things, like, made that happen immediately. Never been to Europe. He made sure I was a part of his campaign trip where it's paid for and I was able to go to Europe.
Okay, she's honest about that. I appreciate the I mean, obviously, you can't hide it. I'm sure he had to advertise while he was there. But so this sounds more genuine than the last thing she said was, oh, I want to go to Europe, and we went to Europe.
For the first time I went to Greece, like, he's so intentional. It is insane.
That's amazing.
He listens and he acts immediately. Mind you, we've only been coupled up for like 2 or 3 weeks. And he's marked up.
But was it just his? I mean, sure, it could have just been his brand deal. But I would think that his people would be like, hey, bring Olandria on this trip. Whatever brand he's working with, because think about it from a business standpoint, it's like, yeah, because y'all gonna now take pictures and make content, which is gonna bring attention to whatever brand it is, whatever brand he was working with. So it's like, if it's just you get a little buzz, but if it's both of y'all, viral. So why wouldn't he have her come along?
Things on my list already.
Nobody want to see Nick doing nothing by himself. Let's just be clear. It's giving ain't nobody came to see you, Otis. All right? People are here for them together as a couple. And that's the thing, too. This is why niggas, listen, they down bad. Because there are so many cases where there are couples, whether that be reality TV who come from social media, and when they split, usually the woman thrives and the man, people don't really give a fuck about. And I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. We want to unpack that, but let's be clear. People are here for the women, all right? And they usually like the women more. So yeah, he know that.
Their first few weeks of dating each other. So I'm like, oh my goodness, no man has ever in my 27 years has shown me this much like consistency. And you know,
because the men, they be falling off bad, be down bad after the relationship. I think of the situation with DK4L, honestly. No shade to them, whatever. But apparently I saw a clip where she was talking about he homeless and all type of shit. And I was like, oh my God. Because I guess she's trying to sue him right now. So it was a clip, period. But there's a clip going around where she's like, yeah, it's hard to surf him because he couch surfing. I was like, oop.
And I just feel so seen with him, you know?
It's amazing.
Good for you, girl. Great.
You know, I wanted to
get
be a
your
model
bag.
for me. The first 2 campaigns we shot was people that he's worked with in the past. He made sure I was part of those campaigns to start getting my foot in the door as far as modeling.
Okay,
and
this
those
sounds
pictures
cheaper.
blew up so much to where like so many people was reaching out to me and like noticing me. We got like
'cause people
2 Vogue tryouts and like Teen Vogue.
Oh my God.
It's become so big, and like I wouldn't have been in this position if it wasn't for this guy that was able to like put me in this position. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I love it.
Totally.
Instead of being intimidated, he's like intrigued.
Amazing.
Also, they're not in a relationship, y'all. I know some people just assume that, but they're not actually together. Like, and that's something that is being admitted by these couples. Some of the couples are admitting it. But somebody DM'd me this post. They're like, you right about this. They shady. But it was a post where Nick was saying like, yeah, we're taking it slow and da-da-da. and he said they're not in a relationship. So I at least appreciate the honesty there, because it's like, even if some shit come out that, you know, let's say they got side bitches and niggas or whatever, they could be like, oh, we never said we was actually a couple. Y'all just, you know, y'all assume that that's on y'all, you know. So I feel like they're smart for not coming out and pretending that they're a couple. They're just letting people assume. So when people is going this hard and calling them Olandria and arguing with other people online like a loser in defense of their relationship, they're not together. Unless that changed since that person DM'd me, because that was like a few weeks back. So you Love Island stands. If there's an update, then feel free to correct me. But from what I saw him say with my own 2 eyes and my ears. I heard him say that they are not in a relationship. So also something to keep in mind. But that y'all think, oh, they so great of a couple, are beautiful together. Oh my God, best love I ever saw. They're not even in a relationship. But all right.
You're such a midget.
And when you think this is also weird, let's think about the real world for a second. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of yapping today. Let's think about the real world for a second. Would you not think this was strange if 2 people was doing this and they wasn't even in a relationship? Wouldn't you be like, that's weird? Y'all going on vacation together, taking all these pictures together. Y'all on Snapchat or whatever, doing Instagram lives and doing all this shit. Wouldn't you think that was weird? But of course, y'all don't think it's weird because y'all so invested and have these parasocial relationships with these people. So you don't find that to be strange, but I think and know it's strange. that doesn't feel performative to you, and that don't make you think a bit deeper and wonder like, what's really going on here? They not even together, but they doing all this. But sure, y'all want to be so pro. Oh, Olandria is real. They really together. They met each other family.
I want to find out, like, figure out who you are.
Yeah, he's definitely into her for sure. Now, I want to talk about some music. I want to give a shout out to Chloe Bailey.
Because I wish a nigga would be up under me and like taking pictures with me and doing all this lovey-dovey shit. I love her. She's great. She's amazing. I'm loving this. And for months, we are just talking. So what is this, a glorified situationship? I'd be like, big fuck out my face. Like, if you ain't asking me to be your girlfriend at some point, it's like, all right, why are we doing all this extra ass couple shit and we ain't an actual couple? Like, nah, brother.
Recently, she was featured on the remix to this Trinidadian artist named Young Brother song called The Greatest Bend Over, Take It Easy. He also featured the Ghanaian artist Molly on the remix as well. I like this song a lot. It's a soca song, so it has the Trini vibes, the Caribbean vibes. I love it. It makes you feel good. It makes you want to dance. I would have even liked Nicki Minaj to be featured on this song too. I think that would have been a moment as well. But I like this soca song. I really like it. And I like the fact that Chloe is branching out to an international market. I think that would be great for her because right now in the States,
it ain't working.
Things are a little shaky. There's a lot of weird politics that are going on behind the scenes that I think are affecting her career. And she did basically say that she wasn't trying to sell her soul. She definitely is not trying to sleep her way around to get on a fast track to success.
I'll react to that.
So she has to do what she can do to stay afloat. And to me, I think her doing collaborations with different artists and appealing to a more international market is actually a good pivot for her. Now, moving on, people are having a discussion about
I react to this on my Patreon though.
Cardi's new single, Underperforming. Okay, let's talk about it. So she released a song called Imaginary Players where she sampled Jay-Z's song from the 90s called Imaginary Players. And she was talking her talk, you know, flexing a little bit. I saw the video. I thought she looked nice. And I didn't think the song was bad per se, but I just was kind of like, meh, it's forgettable.
Almost 3
it's
million
not really a
views in 3
standout
days.
single to me. Cardi's delivery was kind of okay. I mean, she had issues enunciating. Sometimes she couldn't.
Oh, she's shady. I thought people call Cardi a flop. They saying that she flopped in comparison to her old numbers years ago. And she even addresses this on the song, I feel like, as well, where it's like, oh, my flop will be your success type shit. And I actually agree with her when she says that, because when you think of these newer rap girls, when they get in these same numbers, people are like, oh my God, they going crazy, viral, they succeeding. But when Cardi gets it, it's like, oh, you flopping. And even Icy Spicy and JT basically said something similar. I reacted to a whole video months back about that. how they were trying to call her a flop in their music, and she like, I'm flopping, and I'm doing better than all y'all. What are you talking about? So I think that is a weird take when people say that she's flopping, when it's like, if you looking at the numbers, flopping compared to her past shit, sure, but that was what, 7-8 years ago. I don't think that's fair, especially like, anyway.
Catch the beat. It was just a little mid. It's not the worst thing I ever heard, but it was just okay. I thought this was not really an ideal single for Cardi to release, but I think the reason why they were pumping it up so much is because she sampled Jay-Z. And we all know that Jay-Z cleared that sample for Cardi just to spite Nicki Minaj. Let's keep it real. I refuse to believe he heard the song beforehand and said, yeah, this is the one. He wasn't impressed either. Let's be honest. But he approved of it for the reason that I already mentioned. But also, some might say...
He said, oh, bitch, you want to rant? You want to get on Twitter and rant? I got something for you, ho. Oh, yeah, let's sign it up. No, Cardi, say whatever you want, bitch. You could rap the ABCs. I'm approve it. Because nigga got me fucked up. So let me do something indirectly, business-wise, to clap back at her. That's what it's giving.
And he probably was setting Cardi up. Now, I saw this tweet, and I thought it was interesting. They said Jay-Z setting up Cardi because he wants her out the way so Megan can join the current female rap top 3. I see his vision for real.
What?
For some reason, I could actually see Jay-Z doing this.
Girl,
he's not invested in Cardi's career like that because she's not his artist. But Megan is. So I could probably see him not really caring that Cardi self-sabotages because that would make leeway for his artist Megan to be in the top 3 discussion.
That would be a better argument if it was so atrocious and horrible to where he like, yeah, everybody gonna hate this for sure. But it's like, you have no way of knowing how people are gonna respond to it. It wasn't bad enough for y'all to be like, oh my god, he's trying to set her up. This is a master plan. Like, people just be saying anything.
So that take is not really off base to me, but mostly I think he allowed Cardi to use that sample just to get under Nicki's skin. And Cardi was taking shots. Some people feel like she was taking shots at JT and Ice Spice, and she was throwing light subs at Nicki as well, but mostly people caught the shade that she was throwing at JT and Ice Spice. And in her verse, she actually said, my flop and your flop is not the same. If you did my numbers, you would pop champagne. She also said in a tweet, my flops do better than any of these B's best performing songs.
I agree.
Facts. Now, Cardi's new song,
that is a fact,
debuted at 100
so that is a fact
on US Spotify with only 336,000 streams.
What did the other girls
did
get?
Over 700,000 streams, but it failed in 36,000 streams. And globally, it did over 700,000 streams, but it failed to even enter the global Spotify charts. She didn't crack 1 million. And it's interesting that Cardi was trying to throw shade at some of the rap girls, saying that her flop is not the same as their flop. Well, several of Ice Spice's songs debuted higher than Cardi.
Girl, that's not fair because that's when Icy Spicy was hot as fish grease. So you can't really, I don't think that's fair to compare because she was real hot after that Fart song. Try this now with Icy Spicy and we'll see where she lands. So once again, that's just not a fair comparison.
These new songs. So she definitely can't shade Ice Spice's numbers.
Girl, she did that for 2 seconds.
Cardi,
the fact that Cardi has not dropped the album in 7 years and she's still doing these numbers, I think it's so important to bring up context. And listen, y'all got me up here defending Cardi. The facts are the fucking fact. Let's be clear. The fact that she's been gone for 7-8 years and putting out like consistent music and about to drop an album and she's getting these numbers, I think that says a lot. People are still interested in her after all this time. I think that says a lot about her impact, her influence, and her longevity. So to call this a flop to these newer girls, let's see if they're around in 7 years. Icy Spicy, she ain't around now, let's be clear. 7 years, she's going to be a distant memory. All right, no shade, but that's just what I foresee. So trying to use, the other girls to compare why she's a flop, it just doesn't make sense from any angle, I feel like.
She's pulling numbers like this. Honestly, she can't shade any of the girls at this point.
Yes, she can. Y'all just slow.
She needs to focus and put out a single that's really going to stick because it's crunch time for her and she has yet to have a hot single that's going to carry her upcoming album. Anyway, it's up to y'all.
But of course, the head barb would think this 30 minutes is crazy. Jesus Christ. I yap too much. I said everything I had to say. Love Island reunion coming on Patreon. Subscribe, support your girl. Link down below. We're gonna, talk our shit over there, and I will give further, opinions, especially based on what I see, because I'm gonna be watching. I'm watching, I'm paying attention, and I'm breaking everything down and putting these girls and boys on blast. Anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to Cardi's album next month, so we'll just see. But yeah, people are just hell-bent on like calling her a flop and trying to say she's flop and she ain't doing well. Y'all are just weird. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think though, and I'll see y'all the next time. Bye.